Oh, dear children, welcome yet again to the next lesson of English literature. So the last lesson that we saw was about launching satellites into the universe, space. It was about India's first maiden, maiden. Whenever you have an accomplishment for the first time, it's called maiden, maiden. Last lesson, Mom in Orbit, was about India's nascent indigenous satellite launch into the space to capture photographs in order to know Mars better. Well, this lesson has also got to do with the universe, which is very vast and it's much bigger than we can actually contemplate. Have you heard about the Big Bang Theory? Have you learned it in science or in SST, especially geography? Well, the Big Bang is the leading explanation about how our universe began. This Big Bang Theory led the way to the formation of our Milky Way galaxy. Well, children, it's been almost 3 billion years since we've had the formation of Milky Way galaxy. Well, the Milky Way galaxy contains the solar system. Talking about the solar system, we have the captain planet, which is the sun itself, along with all the other planets, including Earth. Besides, there are a lot of stars, constellation, bodies of stars, gases, dust, meteors, meteorites, celestial bodies, and of course, not to forget, comets. Comets. Did I just mention the word comet? What are comets, children? Well, next up, you will have the video of Emerald Robinson, who's going to explain to you about comets. Immediately thereafter, you are going to see a real-time picture of the Milky Way galaxy that was formed ages ago.
Explore comets, those unique streaks of light in our night sky that rarely visit us. Comets are icy objects typically ranging a few miles in size, which orbit our sun. Their highly elliptical orbits carry them from close to the sun all the way to the outer edges of the solar system. When a comet gets close to the sun, its outer layers of ice melt and evaporate, creating an atmosphere of gas and dust around the comet. This atmosphere is called a coma. Radiation from the sun pushes some of this atmosphere into a long tail. A comet's tail always points away from the sun no matter which way the comet is moving. Gases in the coma and tail of the comet reflect light from the sun, giving comets their familiar appearance. But comets are very dark and hard to see when they aren't near the sun. The time between one visit near the sun and the next is called the comet's period. The first comet whose period was known was Halley's Comet. Its period is 75 years. Halley's Comet last traveled through the inner solar system in 1986. Comets with periods of 200 years or less are called short-period comets. Short period comets are from a region beyond the orbit of Neptune called the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt is home to comets, asteroids, and dwarf planets. Long period comets have periods of thousands or even millions of years. Most long period comets come from a very distant region of the solar system called the Oort cloud. The Oort cloud is about 50,000 to 100,000 times the distance from the Sun to Earth. Comets carry materials in from the outer solar system. Some scientists believe that water may have been brought to early Earth from a collision with a comet carrying water.
Okay, children. So now you know about comet, and you also know about our own Milky Way galaxy. So this lesson is about not a little comet which lived near the Milky Way galaxy. She lived to wander out at night and play. Okay, so this is a comet which was a part of the Milky Way galaxy, and this comet loved to roam around in the space, and it used to play, it loved to play, and it used to wander by, it would wander out. So what's wander? WANDER is to move about. Okay, move about without any restrictions. Well, the comet's mother was a very good old star, and she's been in the galaxy since a very long time. So, this mama star, this mother star of the comet, is very experienced, and she has seen how comets, which are proud, actually vanished. How could comets vanish? Well, whenever this comet used to wander out and play, the mother of the comet used to warn the little one about the Ogre sun. OGRE. What's the meaning of Ogre sun? Well, if you look into the pages of your lesson, you will see that the sun is making angry faces. Okay, the sun is always predicted to be very angry because it's the source of tremendous light, so powerful they can burn anything in its way. Ogre sun. This Ogre sun had a very, 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 I would say, out of the box pastime. And that pastime was to gulp comets. So, do you understand the danger? The mother star always used to warn this comet about the danger of lurking close to the sun. Because the mother had seen in the past that comets which were arrogant, egoistic, and disrespectful were merged with the sun. As in, the sun actually digested these comets. So there was always the fear of this comet being destroyed by the sun. But this comet was so arrogant that it had no regards for the mother's warning. It used to flirt with Mars. Yes, the planet Mars. What's the meaning of flirt? It's like when you actually go about and praise people without their liking it. That's called flirting. Okay, so these are comments which are meaningless. Okay, but it's actually aimed to impress someone, but you may not mean those comments. Okay, so that's called flirting with Mars. This comet used to do that, and it was so arrogant that it used to mock the stars Why? See, comets have their own orbits and they can roam around, right? But can stars roam around? No. Stars are mostly static. They don't move about, okay? So this comet used to go and make fun of the stars which were immobile. And this comet used to say that what's the point of being a star? You can't even move about. You can't even move around and explore places. Uh, so there is no life when you cannot travel because you won't have your own experiences. But it's, you see, fine, you may have a priority, but that may not match with others, right? But that doesn't mean that you are going to demean others. So this comet was actually doing it, and this comet was also looking for attention. How? If you go through the pages, you'll get to see that this comet was actually seeking the telescopes to be focused on it. Now, where would the telescopes be focused from? The telescopes from Earth are always focused to find celestial bodies in space. So this comet wanted all the telescopes from Earth to be focused on it, right? And it used to say that I'm so glamorous and magnificent that I don't understand that how people in this planet Earth have such regards for a pale and whitish moon. So it's basically a concept that people uh, have special regards for the moon for being flawless, right? But this comet had a different perception. This comet said, when I'm so vibrant and when I'm so beautiful, why would anybody appreciate the moon? So can you understand how egoistic and arrogant this comet was? So one fine day, it so happened that this comet was so vain, VAIN, right? And as I already said, that it had no respect for its own mother, which was a good old star. One day, when this comet was flying, it was so lost in its own glory that it ventured quite close to the augury sun. Rest is history, children. So you can understand what might have happened to this naughty little comet. That's Ella Wheeler's, you can call this a poem. That's Ella Wheeler's poem for you, my dear children, A Naughty Little Comet. Please do read the lesson, okay? And once you are done reading the lesson, for the worksheet, you can actually frame a mind map and revert in the class email ID with your mind maps. That's your worksheet. That's your activity for the worksheet with regards to this lesson. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.